They don't really believe you. One of the men climbs off his horse, and he kind of moves right up next to you, and he looks inside the house.
Diedrich Steelbelly!
So the man, so I assume you jump up and yell Diedrich Steelbelly?
And throw my javelin that I've been prepping.
Okay.
I would suggest I lead the charge. Bulk, if you could stay back with Danielis, I think me and possibly Farron and Barkus should be kind of leading in the front.
Well, last time we got a hit from the rear, so I think we should probably assess.
I think we need a buddy system. Maybe me and Dietrich in the front.
Find your exit,
and
buddy.
Danielis and Bulk in the back.
Barkus stays by my side.
Sure, whatever.
Yeah, sure.
We need to get into the city real quick.
You guys can hear. You guys can hear a sound in the distance, kind of like a dump, 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 dump.
The drums. Can I know these drums?
Barkus, go check it out. And so Barkus kind of like
roll. So Bulk, roll me a perception or an investigation check.
Can you give me the dice to roll? It just doesn't let me roll it. So roll a d20.
Are you clicking on the plus?
The numbers to the right.
The +3 or whatever.
On the senses, yeah.
No, not. Is it senses? No, it's skills, not senses.
Skills. Oh, okay. My bad.
That's okay.
You
We're
said
learning. Perception or investigation, your choice.
Let's do investigation. And that be 16?
Okay. With a 16, so you kind of lean your towardly ears to the ground, clutching the body of your lifeless servant in your arms. And it kind of sounds like the galloping of hooves.
Oh, horsies! I'll exclaim that out loud.
Which way are the head?
Do I look? Towards us, probably.
Probably.
I'm going to
hide
Millie into my backpack.
Can we hide in one of these buildings? Let them pass?
You can certainly try. I mean, are
you guys down for hiding?
By now, you can actually see them in the distance.
Well, shit.
Okay, quick, everyone. Let's get in the house.
And they see us is a better point.
Into the alley.
So you guys can roll stealth checks.
Oh, no.
Okay. Nat 20, baby.
Nice.
That's a net 20 for Farron. Get out of here.
Oh, shit.
Did you guys both roll crits?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Oh, wait, you rolled a crit too?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
21.
Okay. And then remember, Bulk, you roll yours with disadvantage because of your bells.
What is the minus? Just one?
So just roll it again. And then take the lower number.
The lower one. 12?
Not bad.
12 on the low?
Okay. So Bulk. So I assume, Diedrich and Farron, did you guys run into the alley as well, or?
I wasn't sure if we were supposed to move or not,
yeah.
So I was like, I'm holding on to it for now.
Yeah, you said wait to move until told to.
Oh, well, if you guys, well, I thought you guys said you were moving, so
yeah.
I assumed, but then I turned back and you were standing in the middle.
I didn't want to be overzealous and move too
Okay.
quick.
Yeah, that's what I was.
In either case, these riders, ride forth. And Bulk, he's kind of got like too much to juggle. He's kind of got like his servant and he's got his staff. So he's kind of trying to keep it quiet, but there are kind of some like rings that some a little bit of dings kind of in the air. So what you can see are 7 horseback riders who come close to the house where you were, and you can hear
Can
them
Diedrich
talk to
take an opportunity attack?
let me finish my description, and then I'll
Sure.
I'll let you I'll let you rethink whether you would like to do that or not.
Fair enough.
So the riders move forth, and you hear one of them say to each other. Well, first of all, you see one in the front say, "Halt!" And the horses stop. One of the men says, "I definitely saw something move through here." And one of the others says, "Yes, I think I even heard a ding." And they are starting to look around.
I still would like to take an opportunity attack.
Okay, so you would like to attack?
Yep.
Okay. So Diedrich.
Wait,
Yeah. So Diedrich is what were you planning to attack like with your hand axe or something like, or your javelin, or
running forward with my maul and attack
okay, you were gonna run forward. Okay, so
this guy.
So Diedrich moves to the front of the house. He's kind of got his maul in both of his hands, and he's about to like. There's a window there, so he kind of has to like jump through in order to do so. What are you guys doing?
I was going to tell Barkus, go create a distraction, and so Barkus was going to run across the alleyway into another house to just look like a stray dog.
You gotta stop.
Danielus, give me a perception check.
Ooh.
Ooh.
A 22. Okay, so
Yeah.
from your excellent hiding spot, you kind of peek out. So you see Diedrich start to move forward, ready to attack. You kind of peek out around the corner, and seeing the riders on their horses, they are all dressed the same. Their uniform is a forest green cloak, and it kind of has a yellow trim on it. They have you can see like a shining brooch onto their up near their shoulder, and they're all wearing short swords and long bows as well. You would recognize these riders as members of the Hooded Lanterns, which are kind of like they're kind of holdovers from the old City Watch.
Locals.
Right.
Farron, Bulk, what are you guys doing?
Do I notice that he's gonna make a move?
So you guys are all like hiding. Your roll was good enough to evade their gaze. They know something is up, but they don't know where you are. Diedrich is starting to move forward. He has his maul in his hand, and Danielus has just identified these people. So Danielus, do you tell the rest of the party that, or what do you? How are you kind of?
Yeah.
Are you like
I'm
signaling
like,
or anything?
guys. I'm like, yeah, guys. They're part of the Hooded Lanterns.
Baron, Bulk.
Baron's just remaining quiet, like maybe they'll pass.
I feel like if I make a move, I'm gonna jangle. So, but I wouldn't know that. I'm gonna like try to signal to Diedrich to no, like don't.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell Diedrich stop.
Diedrich's gonna stop.
Can I deploy Barkus to run around to make it seem like he was the one making that noise?
Absolutely, you can do that.
Okay,
So
Barkus, go.
Danielus and Bulk have so Diedrich kind of walks past Danielus, and Danielus like He like peeks out to see what it is, and he like grabs onto him by the shoulder, holding him back.
Don't do
and
it, Barkus.
and you're gonna have Barkus run out.
Yeah, so he's gonna like do like a little one of these. He runs right in
gonna
front of
do a
them,
wrap
and then
around.
he takes off and tries to lose him in one of the other alleys.
Okay. So the riders, they are spooked noticeably by the magical looking dog that takes off in front of them. They turn to look directly into the house where the dog came from. And I'll have you guys give me one more stealth check each,
All right.
just to see who's seen and who's not. Bulk, you can roll yours normally because you're not moving.
That's fine.
Almost a fucking crit. Oh my gosh.
And you said stealth again, right?
Stealth, please.
No, that wasn't mine. Shit, I did bad.
Dirty 20.
I got a 21.
Nice.
I only got
So
a
Farron, what'd you
9.
get?
20. Not
And Bulk?
natty.
I got a 9.
Bulk.
21.
And Diedrich a 9, and Danielus.
26.
Okay.
He got a nat 20.
Yeah, indeed. So, Diedrich. So you're still kind of like itching to get out there, and you kind of like push Danielus's hand off your shoulder, and Danielus kind of like bumps into an old piece of furniture that's there, causing just a little bit of noise. And one of the riders on the horse, they say, "We know you're in there. Come on out." And they draw their bows.
I kind of want to go out
Oh,
swinging.
and I step out and I'm like, okay, hold up.
Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Hey, listen.
The woman the woman that's in the middle holds up her arm and she says, "Lower your weapons. He's one of us."
What are you
Daniels,
guys doing
what,
here?
Or what are the rest of you guys doing? Are you just gonna let Daniels go out?
Yeah.
Yep, he seems to be doing
You guys
okay right
suck.
now.
Hold position.
Okay.
Whoa.
Can I ready my javelin as a reaction?
Sure.
Well,
What
Who are you
reaction.
guys?
what's the trigger gonna be?
If they shoot on Danielus, I'm attacking this farmost ranger with my javelin.
Okay, they have lowered their weapons. But if one of
Okay,
them
so
does attack or one of them reacts in
If one
a
of them
hostile
attacks,
fashion?
yeah.
Okay. Okay, sure. Fair and
So
Bulk, hold
they
them
all
tight.
stay. Yeah,
I
they
give
all
him a
stay
thumbs
hidden,
up
and
with no noise.
Okay. Daniels?
they all
what's
stay
up?
hidden, and I'm like, it is I, Danielus. I've just been in here patrolling the area, running some errands. Who are you?
They kind of look at each other like, patrolling the area. Do you even know where you are?
I do.
Are you the
But
one
my
who's been
business.
Are you the one who's been exciting all these walkers back there?
Oh yes, I just took them all out single-handedly with my dog.
Took them all out. You've got every walker for a quarter mile back, walking through the streets. One of the woman in the middle, she holds out a silver chain, and it has like a small little medal on it. This was my friend. He just died back there, you know. Rolf. He was a good man. This is no place to be out here playing vigilante.
I agree. I was trying to be discreet, but I seem to have spooked them and started an attack. So I've been trying to make my way out.
What are you really doing out here? You don't look like one of those pilgrims.
Who are you? I've given you enough information.
You didn't answer our question. What are you doing out here?
I told you I'm running some errands.
Make a deception check.
The music is so intense. Oh.
Teetering on the 3 killed me.
We're blowing.
Okay. A 20. A fantastic roll, sir. So they kind of look at each other again. And they say, all right. Running errands. You don't look like one of the pilgrims. So you must be a scavenger then, huh?
Yes, I try to get delirium and bring it back to sell. Just to make a living.
We understand. We see you guys all the time. You know you're not making this any better. If you just go out here and die, you're just adding to their numbers.
That is true. I usually come in and out with no issues, but I seem to have some trouble this time.
They kind of ride forward a little bit. And they say, so what's the deal? You're alone out here, just you and the dog?
Yes.
Make a deception check.
I just try. It's easy. Do a what?
Make a deception check.
12.
A 12. Okay. So they don't really believe you. One of the men climbs off his horse and he kind of moves right up next to you and he looks inside the house.
Diedrich Steelbelly!
So the man, so I assume you jump up and yell Diedrich Steelbelly?
And throw my javelin that I've been prepping.
Okay.
Oh!
Okay.
Can I
Okay. Okay. I mean, I guess so.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
While
Fair enough.
Barkus is staying on the edge of the, like, kind of watching.
Wow.
That's a 9 to hit.
Okay. Wow. I wasn't even prepared for this encounter. Okay.
Hell
All
yeah.
right. Yeah, you guys are gonna have to give me a second.
Oh my gosh.
Can I try to diffuse the situation
Um,
post javelin throw?
here's what I'll do, Farron. I'm gonna let you roll me an acrobatics or an athletics check
To try to catch the spear.
and I'm
Like
gonna
I
roll.
did the hand axe.
I'm gonna have you roll it against Diedrich's attack roll to see if you can reach him in time to potentially stop this attack. If that is what you want to do.
Do a spin maneuver.
Oh.
Also a 3, so we tied.
It's a 9. Okay.
Well, yeah, but
I got a 9.
Okay. So
Roll off.
So Farron. Well, I guess hold on. So the man hops off his horse. He walks up next to Daniels and he peers inside of the house. Diedrich launches up behind the wall. The goblin. Diedrich Steelbelly. I'm sorry, that's not the way he sounds. I apologize.
Diedrich Steelbelly.
Thank you, sir. And Farron, right behind him, cries out, "No, don't do it!" And he runs forward, crashing into Diedrich Steelbelly, and they both like slam through the rubble of the wall, directly in front of Daniel's hand
It's all going to hell.
and the man on his feet.
Who are you guys? I start getting over by them.
The Rangers all like snap to attention, and the woman once again calls out, "What's going on here? Was he about to attack?"
No. Of course
Diedrich
not.
Steelbelly is a
He was gonna
pacifist.
sneeze.
Never would attack.
That's more of a yellow belly action, glares at Diedrich.
Glares right the fuck back.
All right, I want
Okay,
answers. What are you all doing out here?
I am sorry. We are all here trying to get some more delirium. We've been spooked. We just battled. We're kind of injured. So we were hiding out to try to see if you guys would pass because we do not want any more trouble.
Trying to avoid conflict, and seeing as how you sound like a militia, we were hoping you would just pass by.
They collectively all start to relax a little bit. One of the men says, the man who's right in front of you actually says, "That's the smartest thing I've heard you guys say yet."
Just give us a moment and make it dumber.
and he steps
Barkus
back.
slinks back.
Barkus comes back. Okay, fine. All right. So you're just scavengers, huh?
Just trying to make a
Yes.
living and protect the town.
Fair enough. Honestly, as long as you're not one of the monsters, that's a good sight in my view.
So we've told you why we're here. What are you guys doing here?
Yeah, what brings you in Drakkenheim?
We're the Hooded Lanterns. Laws come back to this town. We are out on patrol. We heard about some rattling activity up north. We're going to check it out.
Right, we faced a couple rattlings the other day. They were posing as villagers. What were they? There was a
Crying
bunch-
woman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was a bunch hiding in a cot, and they jumped out to try to surprise us, but we just took care of them real quick. They seem to be gravitating toward the sewers.
They're also
Yes.
saying something about the Rat King.
Yeah.
The rat god. Those things are freaks. And I thought normal rats were hideous. Yes, they are in fact drawn to the sewers. They normally stay down there and just come out at night and grab onto the scraps of whatever dies in the city. But they've definitely been getting a little more antsy lately, screaming about some kind of rat god.
And is that who you're after? Are you looking into these claims, or are you just on patrol?
We are the scout company of the Hooded Lanterns. We're patrolling the streets again, trying to take back every little inch that we can.
Gotcha.
And
Well, we mean
what-
you no harm, so
What area are you heading toward? Maybe we're moving in the same direction. Strength in numbers, sorts.
Listen, we've already been dealing with cleaning up your mess. We know just what we're doing. If you're
All right.
scavengers, you're on your own. Now,
So
if you want to join up with us, if you want to join the Hooded Lanterns, you want to fight for a cause, now we're talking.
I mean, we all have our causes, and what's yours?
What does it pay?
It pays injustice, sir. The
Your
Hooded Lanterns
version
aren't
of
just
justice.
Would
the
you
Lanterns
say
aren't just a band of soldiers. We're family. Join us. Become a part of something greater. We can take back the city.
Do you have a pamphlet?
Would you
We
say
have bows and arrows. We don't need pamphlets where we're going.
Would you say it makes a name for yourself?
Elaborate.
Would you say that through doing these acts, your name would have more recognition?
As the hooded flame or sacred flame or
Listen,
Sacred.
no
personal?
one of us is above any of another. We're all together. We're
I'm
all
out.
out here
You lost
fighting
me
for
there.
a cause. Listen, if not, I mean, we take mercenaries. We pay. That's fine. In fact,
Why didn't you say
We-
so?
if you even if you find bandits or anything like that, we just had a very strong warrior bring in a group of bandits just yesterday.
Did he happen to have a moderately sized golden rod?
It was huge.
It was not huge. It was minuscule.
Listen, fine. You know what? You don't have to make a decision now or anything like that. But we lose more men every day. Rolf, Martin, Teresa, and she kind of
Apologies, but
the
doesn't the
yeah.
hooded flame not think to train up these warriors before setting them out to die?
Listen, every day is a struggle. We're made up of old veterans of the Civil War, teenagers, old people, anyone who can hold a sword is welcome to fight with us. But if you don't want to join, that's fine.
How are you keeping
think-
yourself safe in these contaminated areas?
We stay strong together. Something you all wouldn't know about.
I mean,
Listen, I'm glad you're alive, I guess. Hopefully you'll just leave this place. If not, we'll come back and take you out later if we have to. As monsters. I want to make that context very clear.
Oh,
Excuse me.
okay.
Sounds like a
I was like, oh.
I want to make that clear.
The whole Dietrich's
happy-
steel belly javelin doesn't
As
sound
I-
so
As I
bad.
pass
Hang on,
back
hang
the
on.
javelin.
hang on. The one man climbs back up on his horse once again. The woman, she says, happy hunting. If you change your mind about joining up, report to the watchtower in Emberwood Village. Either myself or one of the other commanders there will be able to get you started. Tell them you've been given recommendations by Lieutenant Petra Eisner. And she cracks her whatever those called reins on her horse, and they all turn off and they ride away.
Phew.
I don't like them. I still think we should have stuck to my original plan and just ended them.
I mean,
Organized
I
groups
say we-
seeking power seem to be really overrated these days and amongst the areas. So
at the very least, we have another job opportunity.
I think
We
we
don't
should
need to join.
at some
We can
point.
work.
We should make it to the clock tower.
Do you know of the Hooded Lanterns?
I do, and I have some unfinished business at the clock tower.
Were you a Hooded Lantern?
No. But I used to hang out at the clock tower, and one day I was run out by harpies, and I dropped something important that I want to get it back, and it's hidden in the clock tower.
Well,
Is
then
this
that-
clock tower similar distance to the scepter?
I think the clock tower is back in town.
it's a, yeah, Emberwood.
It's an
Yeah.
Emberwood.
Yeah.
So
Tower.
let me just clarify. So they said the old watchtower, which you guys have seen in Emberwood Village. That's where the bandits were hanging. It's pretty much right in the middle of the village. Daniels is referring to his old hideout, which is the cosmological clock tower, which is actually
tower,
within
okay.
the city walls.
City walls of Drakkenheim, not Emberwood.
Correct.
Okay. Is it similar? Is it like on the way to the scepter, or
Why don't we take this opportunity to go over to our map, and we kind of just get a little update on
Yay.
where we are.
yes, please?
So coming over to the map, I think everybody should be able to see. Yes.
Easy.
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So Daniels, you're able to lead this conversation, as you are very familiar with not only the landscape of the city, but also, even more so with the map. So you guys have made it to about here, including that fight. You've kind of been traveling for about, I don't know, an hour and a half, something like that. The chapel of St. Brenna, where you're headed, is item number 20 on your map. So you're like less than a half mile away at this point. You're very close.
Where's the clock tower?
The clock tower, if you scroll inside the city walls, almost on a straight north path through along Champions Way and through Champions Gate, item number 12 on the map. The clock tower is here.
Okay, not today.
That
then.
might be a separate journey.
Yeah, maybe another venture.
I see why you would
Okay.
want the help of the hooded lanterns.
Daniels is
Yeah.
able to inform you guys just kind of briefly of kind of the danger levels of the various areas of the city. So the outer regions, it kind of gets more dangerous the closer you get towards certain areas, two of which would be the crater and the other would be Castle Draken itself, which sits high up on the hill in the back. And then the walls or the city gates rather, are not just open gates. There are various monsters, sometimes various people who are able to band together and kind of hold these positions.
It's scepter time.
Right,
Yeah,
let's
let's go back
stick
to the scepter.
and we'll handle it from there. Maybe we can find some crystals along the way to get some of our healing processes funded.
Okay,
Everyone
so
My
except for
favorite.
Danielus and Barkus, the whole reason we needed healing in the first place.
We learned our
that's
lesson.
actually hilarious.
I know. I could. Everyone else is contaminated besides the original goal.
Incredible. Okay, so so you guys take off once again. Danielus, the only thing I'll add here, that woman gave her name as Lieutenant Petra Eisner. Eisner is a very familiar name to you. But we will continue on with
Okay,
our journey.
I was reading in my thing, but I don't see anything about that.
That's fine. And even if you do, you may want to say it. You may not want to. I mean, that's up to you. But it should be in there. But in either case, the party moves forth. The hooded lanterns have ridden off. It sounds like they were not very well received.
Moderate.
Indeed. And you all continue moving your way through the city streets towards the known location of the Chapel of St. Brenna. So you all do so, and after walking for, I don't know, maybe another 45 minutes to an hour, you see through the haze in the distance, your eyes are drawn to a building atop a small hill. So it's kind of in the middle of this neighborhood, sitting on a hill, and around the bottom of the hill, it's kind of like a small park, or would have been a park anyway. It's just kind of dead, empty land at this point. And then it's kind of surrounded in a square by more townhomes. You can see the domed black roof of this building rising above the surrounding townhouses, even through the haze. So currently you're standing in front of the Chapel of St. Brenna, one of many chapels devoted to the sacred flame that formed the heart of many neighborhoods in Drakkenheim. These were places of religious worship, weddings, community gatherings, funerals, and each of them stands over a small crypt where common folk buried the remains of the dead. Flamekeeper Brenna was once a humble cleric of the church who over time became known more than any before or since for her dedication and sacrifice in helping the sick and the poor of Westamar. Many years after her death, bowing to the will of the common folk, the Church of the Sacred Flame canonized her. In her honor, they built the Chapel of St. Brenna in the slums of Westamar's grand capital, Drakkenheim, a place where she had spent much of her life, never putting herself above the low and the outcast. There they moved her remains to rest until the day she is called once again to service by the flame. Damaged by falling debris and shrouded in the haze for 15 years, this once beloved final home of the people saint has sat, abandoned and forgotten among the ruins.
All right, let's find this relic.
Edric's gonna pop a knee and do one of these.
Oh yeah, one of those
One of
moves.
these,
So
or the sacred flame equivalent.
What was that last part?
Hove.
Sacred flame.
So I mean that's a good point. So stepping in front of this very famous chapel. So imagine that little diatribe that I just gave. Farron, that is something you can repeat practically by heart.
And Farron does.
Yes, indeed. So standing in front of the
So
chapel,
Farron did.
what's the game plan? So the chapel sits on top of a hill. You can't see the ground level like on top of the hill due to the elevation of the hill and the haze. Really, the main thing you can see is kind of the domed black roof and kind of an outline of a building. So, what's the game plan?
I guess we need to get into the chapel, either search the mausoleum or the main floor. I don't really think any relics will be up in the bell tower.
It'd be with her body.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
the
assuming.
mausoleum.
I don't
the
know if they
Should we
mausoleum.
split up?
I-
Do you think we should split up?
No,
Ooh,
absolutely
never
not.
split the party.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't know if they would have buried her with it or had it on display.
Usually with these kind of showcases, they'll do a display of some sort.
That's
So
what I was
probably
thinking.
in
So
the center of the main room.
Wouldn't that be a fake though?
Wait, didn't he
Ooh.
tell us where this was? Danielus.
I don't
why don't we go
recall.
through the doors and just feel it out?
Yeah, so one thing I can say is, Farron, you know definitively that so many people so these chapels, there are typically well, the Church of the Sacred Flame, so they don't bury bodies back in this time. That would be the simplest way to put it. Everybody is cremated unless you were died in some horrific way, I guess. Especially if you were a member of the Sacred Flame, which most people on this continent are. So not only are there typically sites for funeral pyres, people tend to bury their dead, or they store the kind of cremated remains of the dead inside these chapels. And important people, typically the more important you are, the lower you are in the
All right.
in the chapel.
And I'm pretty sure the more important you are, the deeper you have to delve into this crypt. So with her being the canonized saint of this area, she's probably going to be at the very end.
Well, then we better get moving.
All the
Yeah,
way
let's go.
closer to hell.
The closer to hell. Here we go. Get to the flame.
So I think Danielus was alluding to, are you all going to go like together, or are you going to like split up and take different parts of the hill? Was that your
Definitely together.
Danielus
did.
and Bacchus could do their own thing, but I'm going to stick with the party.
That's up to you guys.
We
That's
can
just what I
stick
thought.
together.
Okay, so you're all staying together. Okay, so as you guys approach, kind of the bottom of the hill, you can see that there is a well-traveled dirt path off of the road that you're on that looks like it leads right up to the front of the chapel.
Can I use my dark vision to see if there's any spookity spooks along the path?
It is about
60
10
feet.
a.m.
Oh, well, I thought like with the fog and everything it would count. I don't know.
So with the haze, it's like dim light. So you can still see
Almost dark.
I mean, it's not dark enough to trigger.
It's still
your
enough that we
vision.
can see. Yeah, we can
Yeah.
see just fine.
But if you would like to approach, it sounds like you want to approach kind of safely. You want to stay on your toes,
Yes,
kind of.
absolutely. If
Okay.
we can like ready actions or anything, just to make sure that if as we're walking up, we don't get ambushed or anything.
You can do whatever you'd like.
I would like to keep my maul in hand.
Okay. Very good. So, okay. So you all are kind of crouching. You're walking up very slowly, and Bulk, are you still wrapped in the carpet?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you can't see. So how are you moving around?
The best I can. I'm like shuffling. I can hear.
You're pretty much gonna have to like, no, you cannot walk with your entire face concealed. You would have to like be grabbing onto somebody effectively.
Can someone hold my hand? I can't see.
Bulk, put your hands on my tiny shoulders.
And I do just that.
Okay.
It's kind of like walking a dog.
Indeed. Okay, so Bulk grabbing onto the arm or the shoulder of Diedrich Steelbelly. The party cautiously approaches the chapel. So I think at this point, I will take us over to our map. And Millie did not survive the last battle. So she's out, but Barkus is in. Okay. So don't worry too much about where you're specifically located at this moment. But as you approach, are you guys walking like all the way up to the top of the hill, or kind of what's it?
I say let's just go for it.
Well, I'm trying to think if we need to go actually in the church or if the mausoleum will be off to the side.
So as you get closer, what you can see the chapel kind of in clear view now. And you're not necessarily at the top of the hill yet, but this is what you can see. So you can see the deteriorating chapel atop of the hill. It looks heavily damaged, but the roof still does look intact. You can see the two kind of guard towers, effectively, flanking the arched entrance. One of the tower is intact. It goes up 2 stories, and the other tower is collapsed into a mound of rubble. But you can see that there is light from inside the chapel. There's actually quite a bit of rubble surrounding the chapel. Piles of debris and stone surrounding the base. Elegant arched windows, all of that good stuff. So at this point, I'm going to have you guys roll me a stealth check.
Oh, I
Oof.
didn't do the worst stuff.
I got a 16.
I got an 8.
Oh, I gotta do it again. Sorry, hold on.
Why do you have to do it again?
Disadvantage. Because of the
Oh,
bell.
yes, you do. And you actually got the same roll.
And you get the same roll, so 16.
Okay.
Sometimes it just works out.
So
me and Daniel got 12.
let's try and, as we're announcing our rolls, let's try and go in order. So Farron got an 8, Bulk
8.
with the 16, Diedrich with the 12, Daniels with the 12. Okay, very good. I think this is probably a good time to take our break. Yes?
Yes.
Sounds good to me.
Cool. All right, we'll be back,
Herbs.
and we'll take on the chapel.